I guess as we're going, y'all can type in questions. We'll do our best to answer them. I don't know if we'll be able to answer them as we go along or if we'll just wait until the end. It's a lot easier if you wait and ask them at the end, if y'all don't mind. Okay. Our goal is to help create a better understanding of the on-site sewage disposal regulation updates. These were as a result of the 2016 legislative session. Our objective is we're going to inform all you good registered sanitarians of the potential uses for the new reg changes, some examples of where some of these changes can be utilized, and show steps to assist in implementing the new changes to the on-site sewage disposal regulation. Okay, a little bit of history. July 1982, House Bill 639 transferred on-site sewage disposal systems from the Department of Housing, Buildings and Construction to the Department for Human Resources, now CHFS, and local health departments. 902 KR 10085 was the result of that program transfer. In 1982, the original CHR Regulations Technical Manual was developed. Borrowed some criteria from plumbing regs. Trenches were installed 30 inches deep with 16 inches of rock. Rock water table or restricted horizon that was any less than 36 inches was considered unsuitable, and there was no upgrades for restrictive horizons. Upgrade to PS for water tables with modifications only allowed for soils groups 1 and 2. We've come a long way since then. Our current regs were enacted in 1985 with revisions in 88, 92, 2002, and 2017. 1985, the complete regs were published. Our perk tests were replaced by soils morphology and site evaluations. The reg manual contained an appendix of site evaluation methods. It was later dropped. Rock and gravel approved subsurface systems, gravity flow, and low pressure pipe. And for you history buffs, there's some of the old reg manuals. Probably most people out there don't recognize those nowadays. 1989, published editions of the regs. Leaching chambers were an approved system. Gravelless pipe was an approved system. 1992, certified installers, continuing education was required. Senate Bill 18, 1998, it became effective. This is the electrical release bill. Operation and maintenance in 2000, the model O&M ordinance was developed. In 2002, the first major revision of 902 KR 10085 was enacted, and it was effective 2002, August 2002. That was when constructed wetlands became approved and engineers were allowed to do site evaluations. In 2008, House Bill 573 addressed KR 211350, and you can see what some of the effects were with that. I'm not going to stay on this history stuff real long. 2008, House Bill 573 addressed KR 211350. Our most recent revision that we're covering today in 2016, House Bill 431 required changes to 902 KR 10085 and KRS 211350 and the creation of KRS 211351. The Cabinet was directed to update total daily waste flow, our TDW charts, to account for technological improvements in water-saving fixtures and appliances that reduce water usage. Also, gray water was redefined and addressed. Drip irrigation became a fully approved system. So this is resulting in more options for single-family residences, less processes and paperwork for those wanting to install this type system, and fewer restrictions on manufacturers of this type system. Some documents as a result of this change in the regs and the new law. Some documents have been incorporated by reference, and we'll get to these more detail later. But drip irrigation design standards reference, installing and maintaining drip irrigation document. Also, the Declaration of Covenants Form DFS 450, which is to be incorporated into the property deed if the system is chosen. Also, some revisions for compliance with KRS 13A were included as a document by reference, or incorporated by reference. So, today, this is what we're going to be pretty much covering. Definitions, separation distances, TDW chart, some sizings that were added, TDW and Greywater Explained. We'll touch on mounds, drip irrigation, greywater, dosing tanks, lagoon fencing, setbacks, and installer's affidavit, and then the incorporated documents. Some of these it'll just be a single slide and we won't spend much time on it. Other ones will have a little more information for you. As we go through here, the regulations that are shown, if it's underlined, any part of the regulations it's underlined, that means it's been added to the regulations. A strike through indicates that that part of the reg has been removed or updated, and oftentimes that's simply numbers that were struck through and changed so that it would agree with the numbering sequence of the new regs. All right, definitions. So greywater is now means wastewater generated by hygiene activities, including wastewater from laundry, lavatory sinks, showers, bathtubs, and laundry tubs, but excluding kitchen sinks and food prep sinks. Greywater does not include black water, so as you can see, it's not just laundry water. In the definitions, these were just minor changes, basically for things to agree with other parts of laws or regs. TSS was added due to a reg definition, and then other definitions were simply shifted to keep the numbering order the way it's supposed to be. Separation distances. Separation distance to rock, water table, or restrictive horizon. Depth to rock, water table, restrictive horizon, if it's 24 to less than 42 inches, a 6 to 23 inch deep modified conventional trench, which is how it's always been, but now it's been added, a minimum separation distance of 12 to 18 inches between trench bottoms and rock, water table, or restrictive horizon may be considered with additional approved treatment technology. So what does that mean now? In the old regs, a less than 18 inch separation was only allowed if the rock, water, or restrictive horizon was found at less than 24 inches deep. In the new regs, a less than 18 inch separation is now allowed regardless of your depth to rock, water, or restrictive horizon. You still have to upgrade the septic tank if a less than 18 inch separation is used, and a 12 inch separation is the minimum separation distance allowed. So now basically it doesn't matter the depth to your restrictive horizon, you can consider using a less than 18 inch separation but no less than 12 inches. Fill and weights. When you're doing a fill and weight, this was simply added. A minimum separation distance of 18 inches between trench bottoms and rock, water table, or restrictive horizon shall be maintained on a fill and weight system. So if you're doing a fill and weight, you can't do a less than 18 inch separation when the fill soil is installed. And that's basically what this is. Fill and weight explained. The old regs did not specify the separation distance to be met in the fill design. The new regs, it simply specifies that the fill design for fill and weight must be done for an 18 inch separation distance. 12 inch separation or less than 18 inch separation is not allowed for fill and weight situations. Total daily waste flow chart in greywater systems. If approved, permanent non-water carriage water closet type devices such as composting, incinerator, or oil carriage toilets are installed exclusively in a residence, the daily design waste flow unit for that specific residence may be reduced the amount in Table 1, Column B. And we'll show that Table 1 here in just a minute. What has been added, Paragraph B, if an approved greywater system is installed so that all greywater is separated from the on-site sewage disposal system and no other greywater type wastes are created, the daily design waste flow for the on-site sewage disposal system for that specific residence may be reduced to the amount in Table 1, Column B. And Paragraph C has been added. If a residence meets the criteria of paragraphs A and B, that is composting toilet and gray water separated, meets criteria of paragraphs A and B of this subsection, the design daily waste flow for on-site sewage disposal system for that residence may be reduced to the amounts in Table 1, Column C. So now to break it down and explain the differences, but let's go through what black water and gray water actually means. Black water is your regular flush toilet, including your low volume toilets, urinals, food prep sinks, kitchen sink, garbage disposal, and dishwasher discharge. Your gray water is the laundry, laundry tub, bathtub, shower, hand sink, lavatory sink. Here's Table 1 that we're talking about. So for a single family residence, our standard waste flow has been reduced from 120 gallons per bedroom per day to 110 gallons per bedroom per day. Column B, that was referenced for your gray water separation, is 83 gallons per bedroom per day. And column C is 55 gallons per bedroom per day. And actually, I misspoke on that. Column B is for your composting toilets and your gray water. These are some of your other waste flow reductions. I'm just going to click through these. You all can look at these later. Not everything has been reduced, but a lot of them were reduced in a manner. What in the world? Sorry about that. I'm not sure what just happened there. Hang on. Get back to where we were. All right. Not sure why it's acting up. Let's see if we can get this. Yeah, let's see. Hang on, folks. We're having some technical difficulties. The screen is wanting to scroll quickly past. All right. Yep. Let's just do it from the screen. Are you all able to see the slide that's on the screen right now? You're going to have to type in an answer.
Charlie, type in an answer.
Yes. All right. All right. For some reason, when I go to the full PowerPoint display, the whole thing's just wanting to scroll on past, so we're going to have to do it from this screen. Hopefully, y'all can follow it okay. If y'all have a problem seeing the screen or seeing the information or reading it, type in and just let us know. Sorry about that. Some sizings that have been added to the TDW chart. Tattoo studio is same as office at 15 gallons per unit per day per employee. Catering, same as prepackaged store or establishment at 225 gallons per unit per day. Retail manufacturing facility, same as food processing at 900 gallons per unit per day per establishment, with additional sizing requirements if a deli is added. Okay, now we're going to go through some examples as far as TDW and gray water systems and how it relates to sizing with our new TDWs. So here's your first example. Regular flush toilets are used in the home, and there's no gray water separation and no laundry separation. So it's just a standard home, flush toilets, that's it. So you're going to size the septic system from Table 1, Column A, 110 gallons per day per bedroom. An example for a 3-bedroom home, 3 bedrooms times 110 gallon per day per bedroom equals 330 gallon per day TDW. Of course, what we're used to is the 360 gallon per day. Now it'd be 330. Example 2. Composting toilets or similar are used instead of flush toilets. A traditional primary septic system is used and no other laundry or gray water separation. So the only difference, instead of flush toilets, they're using composting. Everything else is the same. In that case, size the septic system from Table 1, Column B at 83 gallon per day per bedroom. As an example, 3 bedrooms times 83 gallon per bedroom per day would equal 249 gallons per day TDW. The only difference is in that scenario in the old regs it was 90 gallons per bedroom. Now it's 83. The next example, regular flush toilets are used and all gray water is separated from the primary septic system and is going to go to a gray water system. In that case, you're going to size the primary septic system from Table 1, Column B at 83 gallon per day per bedroom. The gray water system is going to be sized at 55 gallons per day per bedroom. You'll notice that the 83 for the primary and the 55 for the gray water together actually adds up to more than 110 gallons per bedroom per day. So they're actually going to have to install a little more, but that's a safety factor built in since it's a new way of doing things. Okay, next example. TDW and Greywater Explained. Composting toilet is used and gray water system is installed. In that case, we're going to size the primary septic system from Table 1, Column C at 55 gallon per day per bedroom and size the gray water system at 55 gallon per day per bedroom. So here's a little chart that sort of puts all that information together. Daily Wasteflow Explained. Your toilet type, standard A, your toilet type is water flush. There's no gray water separation, so your primary septic system is going to be at 110 gallons per bedroom per day, and the gray water system doesn't apply. Column B, your toilet type's water. There is gray water separation. In that case, primary septic system is sized at 83 gallons per bedroom per day. The gray water is at 55 gallons per bedroom per day. Next one, column B, your toilet type is composting toilet. There is no gray water separation. So primary septic system is sized at 83 gallons per bedroom per day. The gray water system doesn't apply because there is no separation. And your last one, column C, your toilet type is composting. The gray water is being separated, so your primary system is going to be sized at 55 gallons per bedroom per day, and your gray water system is going to be sized at 55 gallons per bedroom per day. Okay. Looks like we had a question. Hang on a second. According to the state, plumbing inspector, composting toilets are not legal in Kentucky. Okay, that is an issue simply for the plumbing inspector. That is not an issue for you or us. If somebody gets a composting toilet approved, then the flow rates, as we just covered, would apply. If somebody wants to use a composting toilet and the Division of Plumbing will not approve it, then obviously we don't use the flow rates for composting toilets. That is not an issue for us to deal with. We've noticed that the separation distance on a steep slope has been removed. Are there suggestions for separation distances? Are we not to worry about bleed through to the lower lines? I don't believe that those were removed from the regulations. I believe we still separate lines 8 feet apart, and then for every 5 feet or a portion thereof above 15%, we add 2 more feet between lines up to 30% slope, in which case it's unsuitable. If that makes sense. Okay. Mounds. Mound systems shall be designed and sized based upon the information and criteria given in the United States Environmental Protection Agency publication, and you all can read all that information. And it is located at that referenced website. And this is one of those things that's incorporated by reference. Just a second. Who confirms that the house greywater units are piped correctly into the right system? The plumbing inspector has to inspect all interior plumbing piping. We only start at the outside. So as far as the inside plumbing being plumbed correctly, that would need to be done with your plumbing inspector. If they're separating gray water, I guess it would help if there's good communication with your plumbing inspector to make sure it's done properly. That's something that Division of Plumbing needs to address. Okay. I'll let Chris start talking to you about drip irrigation.
All right, everybody. Chris Edwards, Western Kentucky. We're going to pick it up here on drip irrigation. There we go. All right, drip irrigation. The sizing of the drip treatment disposal systems, the drip treatment and the disposal system. Designed and sized based upon the information contained in the drip irrigation treatment and disposal system design standards, and it has changed. Installed in a location in which the county or district board of health has adopted an O&M. It's approved for inspection upon receipt of the declaration of covenants and restrictions completed by the prospective owner and incorporated into the property deed in order to inform future owners. All right, your drip irrigation changes. The line spacing, the old standard was 2 feet in between the lines. The new one is 1.5. Here's your drip application rates, old versus new. They were changed to be in line with recommended manufacturers' recommendations. So the big one's the group 3, obviously. So we'll give the old, it's gallons per day divided by square foot is 0.15. The new application rate is 0.30. Everybody good? All right, drip irrigation sizing. You take the minimum system area is the total daily waste flow divided by the application rate. Drip linear footage in system area divided by 1.5. This is obviously this is group 3. So for a 3-bedroom group 3 soil, it's 330 gallons per day divided by 0.3. It's 11. Then your drip field is 1,100 square feet. Okay, and then you take that 1,100, divide that by 1.5. That's how many. That's the amount of space between the lines. So you're going to need 733 linear feet of drip tubing. So that just for an example, the area could be 32.5 by 34 feet. Is everybody good? Pretty simple stuff. Okay, other drip changes. It's not experimental any longer. It may be either an approved drip package or designed by an engineer. What that means is what we call off the shelf. If it's already an approved drip package, then they can use it. Or a designer can mix and match parts to come up with the system. Excuse me, an engineer. Professional engineer can mix and match pieces to come up with kind of their own design. Local operation and maintenance regulation ordinance is still required, and you still have to do the deed attachment. All right, before I go any further, is anybody wildly confused on drip so far? Okay, good. All right. No, wait, back up one. All right, this is the drip irrigation treatment disposal and system standards. That is the pamphlet that has been incorporated into regulation. All right, so it is now incorporated by reference into the reg if you have any further questions or if you just need to get a copy of this and have it handy. All right, gray water. Sizing of a residential gray water waste system if the gray water is to be separated from the black water sewer. And when we put a line that's striking through everything, the new reg separation shall be accomplished as established in paragraphs A through E of this subsection. And here's A. Here we go with A through E. What are you doing? Oh. Gray water shall be separated from the main house sewer. A residential gray water waste system shall be installed according to the results of the site evaluation of the gray water installation area. And number 1, a septic tank is not required for gray water waste system. A distribution device is not required for the gray water waste system. A 12-inch separation from the bottom of the gray water absorption system to rock, water table, or restrictive horizon is allowed. Number 4, cover over the gray water absorption waste system shall prevent ponding or surfacing of gray water. A valve shall be installed to divert gray water back into the on-site sewage disposal system, except in a laundry gray water system. The system shall have 100% system replace area available. The minimum setback distances listed in Table 7 shall apply to the gray water absorption area. And number 8, the system shall accept domestic type flows with the consistency and strength typical of gray water from domestic households, the source being bathing, showering, washing clothes, or laundry sinks. Gray water. The system shall not contain water used to wash materials sold with human excreta, infectious substances, cleaning chemicals or other soaps, water softener backwash, or a hazardous household product. And number 10, gray water shall not be applied directly to the surface of the ground or above grade without receiving written approval from the EEC. Sizing of the absorption area shall be based on 55 gallons per day per bedroom on the application and the application rate in Table 3 to calculate the total area of the bottom of the absorption designs, except in the laundry gray water system. The laundry gray water system, guys, is going to stay the same. No questions? All right, D. For only a laundry gray water system, the sizing shall be based on 15% of the total daily waste flow and the application rate in Table 3 to calculate the total area of the bottom of the subsurface absorption. On a new system installation permitting laundry waste flow separation, number 1, for soils group 1 through 3, a 15% reduction in the primary system lateral field is requirement shall be allowed, and for group 4 soils, the system size reduction shall not be allowed. All right, here's your example. 3-bedroom gray water system in a group 3 provisionally suitable soil. 3 bedrooms. What? Oh, I skipped one. My bad. All right, the correct slide should be up. 3-bedroom gray water system in a group 3 provisionally suitable soil. 3 bedrooms times 55 gallons a day gives you 165 gallons per day. You're going to take that 165 gallons a day and divide that by 0.37, and that's going to give you 446 square feet. So you need 446 square feet of absorption area for a gray water system. Absorption area is the bottom of the trench or the bed area only, not the sidewalls. So here's an example. Area, just a size example, it could be 20.5 feet by 22 feet to give you your 451 square feet. You still have to account for the remaining black water usage. Laundry water system sizing. You take 15% of the total daily waste flow, use Table 3's application rate to size the system. So here's your example. 3 bedrooms, 110 gallons per day, 330 gallons per day, total daily waste flow. Take that, you multiply that by 0.15 equals 50 gallons of laundry waste flow. For a Group 3 provisionally suitable soil, you take the 50 gallons a day, divide that by 0.37, comes up with 135 square feet of absorption area. And your size could be 12 by 11.5 feet. Just going through some quick pictures, guys. Hang on a second, guys. We got. It would appear someone has added something. Is it in that one? Oh. All right, guys. Here's just some diagrams. I'm about to wing this. Here's just some diagrams. The first few pictures I'm going to go over, I'm going to start back with just pictures of an alternating valve. Okay? If you've never seen one before, now you have. And there's another option for your valve placement, like it's showing your bathtub, shower, sink, laundry washing machine. Going to the gray water system, follow the green line, then everything else following the red line. They meet, where they meet would be where the alternating valve is, or no, they go into the septic tank and then on. All right, dosing tanks. Sorry about that, we had some slides added I wasn't aware of. Sizing of dosing tanks. Dosing tanks shall be of sufficient capacity to hold 2 times the total designed daily waste flow calculated from Table 1, or 1 times the total daily waste flow calculated from Table 1 with the requirements subparagraph 1 through 3 of this paragraph. Dual alternating pumps shall be utilized and the pumps automatically alternate each pump cycle. Number 2, dual pumps shall be controlled with an automatic override so that in the event of one pump fails, the other shall automatically take over until the failed pump can be replaced. And a pump failure alarm shall be installed so that in the event of one pump fails, the alarm is activated and the failed pump shall be replaced as soon as possible. Yeah. Thank you. All right, so Section 7, Table 6. Serial distribution has been removed from Table 6. As you can see in this Table 6 in the old reg, it's really the only place serial distribution was ever mentioned. So now that's been corrected. Lagoon fencing, excavation standards. To prevent entrance by unauthorized persons, a lagoon shall be enclosed within a minimum 6-foot high chain link fence or equivalent, no climb, open weave designed fence with a locked gate. We've added a setback in Table 7. The minimum setback distances for cemeteries is 20 feet from the grave or graves or the property line, whichever is farthest away. Section 9, the installer's affidavit. Section 9 is in the installation inspection. The certified installer shall complete an installer's affidavit for every system, recording all grade shot readings of all excavation work and certifying by his signature that the work has been performed in compliance with this administrative regulation. And in lieu of the installer's affidavit, the certified installer shall request an initial inspection to be performed by a certified inspector. The only change there is they struck out that you had to do it for wetlands. There's a example of a affidavit. All right, section 14 is incorporated by reference. Incorporation by reference. The following material is incorporated by reference. Subparagraph A is the drip irrigation treatment and disposal system design standards we went over earlier, and B is the declaration of covenants, conditions, and restrictions. This material may be inspected, copied, or obtained subject to the applicable copyright law at the Department of Public Health, 275. Y'all can see the address. That's us. And that's the drip. That's the drip irrigation, and that's your declaration of covenants. As you can see, that one's a 12-page document. That one's just a 2-page. All right, this time we're going to open it up for questions, so fire away. Privacy fence, now not allowed for lagoon fence. Not sure it ever really was. It's not a non-climbable fence.
Generally, the intent has been for lagoon fencing to be open to airflow. I don't know if a privacy fence necessarily meets that or not.
No.
Generally, it's not. I guess if they wanted to put a privacy fence beyond their fencing, or maybe one side of the fencing.
No, it's not non-climbable. No, you can't use a privacy fence. Never have. Woven wire, I believe that was in there, Charlie. Hang on a second.
As long as it's no climb.
Yeah, as long as it says on there no climb, and it'll say on the package itself. It says open weave design fence with a locked gate. So yeah, I guess so, Charlie. Yeah. Are D-boxes allowed at the end of the line to allow for serial distribution? I have no idea what that means.
No.
No. Yes, do homeowner installation, does a homeowner need to have an installer's affidavit? No, because on a homeowner's installation, you would have to do an excavation inspection as required, so therefore they would not need an installer's affidavit. Anyone?
Good questions. Even better answers.
Anyone? Bueller? I'm going to give it a couple more minutes here, guys. Nobody's typing any questions. All right, if anybody thinks of any questions later, feel free to contact your state regional representative and give us a call, and we'll explain it the best we can. Good luck with everything, guys, and thank you.